Hi friends, greetings. I have now opened a YouTube channel and a Twitter address based on the Twitter I tweeted and I shared them with you. Those who want to contact me through these two channels, those who want to ask questions, can contact me through these two channels. They can comment under the videos, also via EA Twitter. They can send a direct message. Now friends, first of all, this video channel is definitely not an investment advisory. Our goal here is not to give people a message like buy here, sell here, and so on, and I will definitely not answer those who ask such questions. We have only one goal. We are trying to find people who have somehow entered the leveraged trading market, but for this market, I set up this channel to give you information that will help you take your education a notch higher. Now you know that leveraged systems, Forex, is a very difficult medium. This market is not a medium like a bank, so there is a swap event here. There is a risk of losing all the money in the account. There are many negative aspects. People without experience can unknowingly enter positions that will put themselves in trouble without realizing it. Now, friends who will trade in this market must have competence in 3 subjects. Friends, these competencies should be able to do basic analysis, fundamental analysis is what we call the effects of news flows on price, like monetary policy, economic data. Where do we follow this? You can follow it on investing, or you can follow it on your own. Your Meta Trader has this feature and you can follow it there. From there, by checking the data flow for that day, those who trade for the day can take positions accordingly. They can develop their strategies accordingly. Now there is also the technical analysis part. The technical analysis part varies from person to person. What we call technical analysis is already your buying or selling decision. And the moment you open a trade, it goes through technical analysis. What some friends do: draws support and resistance on the chart, buys when the price hits support at this support and resistance point, and sells when it hits resistance. Some friends follow candlestick patterns. They have their own style. On my behalf, I have uploaded this technical analysis part to a trading robot, Pro Intraday EA, which I wrote myself and whose code is entirely my own. This robot reflects my own strategy and does it with a criterion that I set myself as a criterion. I will tell you about it. If the price according to that criterion has created buying conditions, it buys according to that criterion, or if it creates selling conditions, it sells according to that criterion. So those conditions are related to my own strategy. As I said, it may not suit other people. That is, someone who trades according to the support resistance measure cannot use this robot because his criterion is different. For a person who trades with the RSI indicator and buys when the RSI buy point comes, this robot does not mean anything. He cannot understand his strategy because this robot is a robot that contains my own special strategy. It is special to me, but I also put it in the Meta Trader store, and friends who want to rent or buy it from there can get it from there. Let me even show it quickly like this. This is my page. I have 5 products here, 2 robots for Meta Trader, 4 and 5 and 2 indicators and signal pages. I am a certified seller in this store, friends. So my almost 5 stars, so I have 4.4.4.2 stars out of 5. So I am an official seller. Now let's come to, after these competencies, that is, everyone makes a decision for a trade, so the real work is after that, you opened a position, and the risk of the account exploding occurred. That's the reason for this part, that is, the accounts of people who cannot carry out the capital risk management part of the business are exploding, friends. I will explain to you how we should do capital risk management in the simplest and most easily understandable way. Let's say that in my example, let me even show it like this. Look here, there is a foreign Forex account of 708 euros in the safe inside. I was actually going to open a new account, and then I thought of this account. I opened this account in the past. I opened an account of 290 euros abroad, and I opened this EA to try it, and since that day, EA has been trading on its own, but of course, since I did not intervene there, at the end of the day, he raised it from $290 to $700, but the amount of lots waiting inside is too much. In other words, since I do not intervene in the capital and risk management part of the business, it contains too many lots. So I will reduce it to the lot amount that should be in the future videos. In the Forex account I actually use, I'm already doing these things, so this account is just for you. Now let's come to capital management. Friends, look, now let's say this is a $700 account. Now this account can give you leverage of 100 to 1. It can give you leverage of 100 to 1. It can give you leverage of 100 to 1. It can give you leverage of 1000 to 1000. The leverage ratio is already where the Forex companies are antagonizing people. So you open a $100 account and they say we give leverage 100 to 1. They deceive and provoke you that we offer you the opportunity to trade $100,000, but in the meantime, that $100 evaporates in an instant in a pips fall/rise. These are the dangerous parts of the leveraged market. You use 1/10 leverage, friends. How will you calculate 1/10 leverage? The method of calculating 1/10 is this, RC. Here I made an example. Now let's say this safe is $700. You will multiply it by 10. You will use 1/10 leverage. You will use 10 times, that is 0.7 lot should be the maximum lot amount you will keep inside for the medium and long term. I don't care about this lot amount in intraday trading, because what you will do is close this amount at the end of the day. What you are going to keep the maximum lot amount is 0.07 for an account of your $700. For an account with $1,000 in cash would be 0.10, so one lot for a $10,000 account. You can calculate it according to this now. We did this basic analysis and we said that we will be on the buy side in the instruments. So we will be on the buy profile. In some instruments, we will be on the sell side in instruments starting with DXY and USD. we will choose a certain group of instruments for ourselves. What is it? For example, there are 3 in cryptos, 2 in parities, USPI 3 in 1, let's put 4 in DXY, 2 in metals, ounce gold and ounce silver. The indexes are NASDAQ and SP 500. There is only Tesla from stocks. Friends, we will work in this group EA and our robot will work in all of them. As you can see, the safe minimum is really funny, in fact, running a robot in so many instruments in an account of 700 euros is normally a very big risk, but I am doing this video series because I want to show you how to manage this big risk. Now the day will come when we will open our risk appetite by looking at the economic calendar for fundamental analysis, or we will lower it on that day. So we will adjust it every day according to the data in the economic calendar. I'm going to show you how I adjust the risk appetite. And finally, I'll show you how to adjust this EA, the EA that I uploaded the technical part of the work, how we adjust that risk appetite. Friends, as I said, technical analysis, as I said, how people buy at support and resistance. They buy when they come to support, right? Now I don't use any moving average, support, resistance or RSI as a criterion. I have only one measurement. I have the lowest and highest values that the instrument has seen on that day, and that difference between them. For example, what it has done so far, it has made a movement of $10, right? For the day we are alive in this moment, I take a 22-day average and it tells me that this instrument has a band movement of $32. And underneath it is 1/3 of this band movement here. See, the direct $32 channel has only completed the movement of $10. And there is a movement of $22 further back, so 30% of this channel movement is only 30% full. When 70% of it is full, then the robot will start opening positions for me. Now when this channel is completely full, then my risk appetite is 0. So you have no risk wastage at all. I mean, there will be an extraordinary decline, so that I can make that purchase after that. We say, start the beginning of the buy zone when it is 100%, and if it goes up to 300%, take one level at each point. Now it came here, the first level was 100% full and it opened the trade. I opened the buy trade and it automatically puts a stop loss, and you set it yourself here, and 25% here is 25% of this channel. So 25% of $32 is 25% of this channel. So what does 25% of $32 do? 8 to 16 minus 32, yes, that's $8. So I went and bought it at 37. So if it comes down $8, if it comes down to 29, my SL, if it continues to go down, it will buy again at 1,204. This is my stop, and this went up to 1237. He can buy again here, so I would have lost $8 and I would have bought again here. But if it goes down, my buy point would be 1204 this time, so think of it as a position move. Here, I'm giving myself, you can determine both the stop amount and the TP amount. Now, let's say that in this instrument, if I want to carry this position in the medium and long term, I put a TP as high as possible. I put a TP that is unlikely to come in the same day here in the $8 movement SL, but since it says $80 TP here, of course, if it sees an upward movement of 30 to 60 almost $80, it means that we will be TP, so we do TP for the far point as possible. Now we also have a trailing stop loss feature in the robot if we are using this feature, so we don't need to activate it if our goal is to keep it in our hands. But if you say I don't want to use this place, I want to use the trailing stop, then what is it doing? Let me explain it quickly. Let's say he bought it from 1237 here, and when it comes to 1247, that is every single pip of it, every single pip goes up with every single move up there. 1200 was 37, it starts to go up from 1229. 1229, 1239, 31, so when it goes up by $8, when the price is 1245, automatically the point where you open the position becomes SL, so that when it goes up and goes down again, if your position is already open, it doesn't open a new position and you are already SL. From here, if it goes down, it takes it at 1204 again. If it goes down from here and goes up again from here. In this way, I handle the technical analysis part of the job with EA. You already know these parts. These are not very important, but here, for example, you do something in RSI, it asks you the period you want to use. I use 22 days. And I also put the following feature in it. Whether you open the hourly, open the weekly, open the monthly, open the minute, here you can choose which candle will analyze the last 22 candles, that is, since I choose the day. From here, it gives me this value by analyzing the last 22 daily candles. It gives me the last 22 days, not the last 22 hours. In my strategy, I am already trading according to the daily chart, whether intraday or in the medium and long term. I also put one more option below this. This means that the robot works by opening one trade from each level for 12 hours. So it took 12 hours, 1, 2, 3 points came on the same day and opened the transaction, but since there are already stops in them, only one of those 3 transactions will remain in your hand. Since it comes back as SL, the last one it open will only remain in its hand, the others will already be SL closed, so you will have one position in your hand for 12 hours. When a second 12 hours starts, it opens another position, so the maximum number of positions I will open per day 24 hours a day will be 2. You know, I use it as 12 hours, but if you say that I wanted to reopen a trade every 4 hours for 4 hours, you can set it according to 4 hours. Now in this calculation, it should normally be 0.07 lot according to the calculation we made here. What we have done here is that he has 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 positions. There are 10 positions. Too many, but think of some of these already. On a daily basis, they will be closed at the end of the day. So probably on Monday. Of these 17 positions, 10 to 12 will remain in the hand and 5 will be closed automatically with SL or TP. I will try to reduce those 12 to 7, but I will not be in a hurry for this because I want to keep them in my hand because I will already be a buyer in these instruments for the medium and long term. But since there has been no intervention in the robot so far, the amount of pending lots inside has been so high, that is, it should actually be 7. These 7 positions do not pose a risk that will blow up your account in price drops. But since it is 17 as it is, what happened is that I used a leverage of 7 to 14, not 1 to 10, that is, one like 20 to 25 and one like 25. I will bring it to January 10th. Another advantage over time is that over time, as you can see, the positions opened here are at a loss, so I will show you how we manage these loss positions in such an educational way. There is no swap, friends, and there are also transaction commissions, you see. Now let me even show you when we open this account. We opened this account on the 7th of the 11th month. Let's say we transferred 160 and 130 euros to it for a trial. With 290 euros, he made these transactions and earned a total of 425 euros and brought the asset to $718 after all commissions were deducted from the good deeds. Now it is enough for our first video. It was even more than enough. It was a 22-minute video. As I said, you can comment under the video on YouTube. You can also send a direct message from EA Twitter, friends. That's all for now. Good luck to everyone. Good work.